This is such a hard video for me to make because I feel like just nobody ever really considered my feelings, or really bad way to put it. I think like nobody cares because it's just so much easier to throw one person under the bus rather than actually like try to fix issues and stuff, because like nobody really wants to help me or have me part of anything with content creation on Inflatevids anymore, because they all know that horseplay will never be a reasonable person over it, and that will always bother me, and there's always going to be a chance that I would say on Inflatevids that horseplay sucks. You know, the issue with that winds up being like, how many other people are you going to ban when they say horseplay sucks, and how many other mods are going to have to be involved directly with this company, which very clearly has a very checkered past. Not only with the products, which I'm not gonna lie, this one's been pretty good so far, but the products can be questionable in price to quality comparison. But then also, this company has so many other allegations of like just flat out, you know, doing the wrong thing, being extremely hateful, far right ties, things like that, where, you know, how is like the trans community or the gay community, any community, is supposed to be okay with you having that type of moderator? That's really, nobody knows how they are in their own head, you know. I mean, I kind of do, because I've been dealing with the worst side of this, and that's something like I've really tried my best not to talk about to get the result I want, which is just to come back. But it's a lot harder than a lot of you might think, because I'm trying to protect other people. And I saw a video the other day on YouTube. This guy, you know, a few years younger than me probably, talking about Inflatevids, and you could tell he was a little, you know, developmentally disabled, and that's fine. I understand that people like that exist, and I'm in that category myself, just in a different way. But I feel like you're putting so many people at risk again with something that's not gone well in the past. You know, this is at this very moment right now, Inflatevids is still a breach site that is blacklisted. You know, it's going to take a lot to change that. And regardless of what happens with the domain itself, whether or not it gets pulled and held, there's still the fact that it's been breached, all right? And you don't know, even if you do have entirely new code, you don't know what could have been planted behind in the old one, in any port or in any part of it. So, because it, you know, understanding what I do, and I'm not going to really lay it out as much as I understand it, because I'm not going to try to give people the technical know-how to do anything to it. But this is not, like, number one, this might not be the right people to do it. Like, you guys might just have to sit down and understand you might not be the right people to do it, because you have proven to be nothing but biased and hateful in many ways, where you have this little closed group of people who are not only trying to keep the products to themselves and doing a lot of illegal shit with that, you know, violating consumer protection laws and discrimination. Like, we really all know already. You don't have to be around here long to hear about this stuff, you know, to see the rude emails and things that happen for next to nothing. And that comes from a person who is very questionable or just wrong in the head. And to let that person just fuck up everything here like that for a few good products here and there, I mean, I can understand it, because I do personally want to be on their side myself. But, you know, at a certain point, you got to just realize, like, your kink is not the center of the world here. There are more important things going on. And if this just proves to me that nobody's ever going to move on from that shit. So when it comes to, for me, is what does it do? What is the benefit here where you're all going to just use scapegoats and make one person every now and again out to be the bad guy? Because I saw it before I was here, I saw it after I was here, and it happened to me. Like, you are not a good community, and you're trying to make this little closed off space that's going to have so many enemies that it's never going to work, especially when it comes to those 19 states. And that's the thing I've been, kind of talking about a little bit here and there, but not really giving much detail on. The 19 states, when it comes to adult content, are going to require that you ID verify on every entry. No excuses. All right? Now, what this means is, like, for certain sites talking about there's going to be the other guys, like Cornhub is talking about there's going to be the people who follow these laws, and there's going to be the people who are just shutting down in those states, and then there's going to be the other guys, which they are almost referring to as like the most sketchy of them all. So your reputation, if you're going to not ID verify on every entry, your reputation is going to be a very important factor in this. And if you have this many enemies, your reputation is not going to be good. It already isn't. There are multiple news sources and articles out there about what happened. 14,000 accounts have been compromised thanks to Inflatevids. Do you really want to keep going on doing the same toxic shit you did before? I don't think you do, but I think you're being forced into a position that's making you do it. So I'm saying right now, it's not going to work that way. And I'm specifically going to be the person to make it not work that way. And if you want to blame me, that's fine. But you could also just fucking welcome me back. And then everything will be solved. It's easy peasy. See ya.